This is your Ham Gamble, and we're back playing Pikmin 2. Last time, we just made it to the first area, Valley of Repose. Louie, was separated from us, but we were able to reunite with not only Louie, but our old friends, Cherry. And now that we have our old comrades in battle, Cherry, we shall take Louie and the Cherries to go treasure searching now. Of toiling for the profit of your company. Hooray. You know, no, Ship, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. Okay, they do kind of lack survival skills, I'll give you that. Since, you know, when we come back, they're pretty much all extinct. It's so funny, one of my viewers mentioned this, I'm sorry, I don't remember who said it, but, it's funny, this person mentioned this, how it's like, I was talking about at the end of Pikmin 1, it's like, you know, Olimar taught them about individuality and how they can, working together, they can conquer anything. But he brought up a good point. It's like, but they're pretty much all dead by the time you get back in Pikmin 1. I mean, in Pikmin 2. So it's kind of like, yeah, Pikmin are sort of like children that way. But the thing is about this game, which I've always kind of wondered, is what's kind of funny is we go to a lot of areas that we were in the first game, which makes me wonder about a couple of things because the areas we've gone back to are drastically changed from the first game, and it makes me wonder about how much time has gone past. Now they say a lot of time hasn't gone past, but the way maybe, you know, the Hokutos measure time, or, you know, the way Olimar's people measure time could be completely different from the way we measure time on our Earth Day. So like maybe like 2 years for them is, you know, like just a week, you know, or you know what I mean? Like their version of just a couple of days could be completely different from ours, and it makes me kind of wonder about that. I don't know. I might just be thinking too deep about this, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's completely changed. So yeah, I don't know. I've always just kind of wondered, like, how much time has truly passed? Because we're never really given a set date. And again, though, I mean, I think the way Olimar's people see time could possibly be different from Hokuto, because I mean from Earth, because if you look at Hokuto, it's completely desert, so maybe their time works a bit differently there. I don't really know, but again, I'm probably thinking way too much into it. It's just kind of maybe a cool thing to think about, you know, a little thing to think about. Alright, now with these cherries, we'll go ahead and bring this. Now, as you can see, the top, yes, we have days again. However, in this game, it's a little different, because we do have days, but there is no 30-day time limit. 30-limit time limit. We can take as many days as we possibly want, which is really nice. So, you know, but, I mean, there is still, like, 15 to 16 minutes in a day, but you don't have that pesky time limit, I mean, you know, like, oh, I gotta get these parts before I die. No, you don't have to worry about it, which is really nice, because it really helps me, because, I have a tendency to rush in the first game, because I want to get as many Pikmin as I possibly can. I mean, as many parts as I can, so I kind of do risky and stupid things that I normally wouldn't do. But in this game, I take my time a lot more, because, you know, it's not as big of a deal. And not only that, we have a lot of new ways to deal with enemies. We're not just limited to just red, blues, and yellows now. We have various different ways of dealing with... Well, no, I wouldn't... Maybe not various, but we definitely have more ways of dealing with Pikmin than here. Which is very nice and very much appreciated. You know, it's nice. Alright, come on. 42 Pikmin. Reds. Come on. And, alright, we're good. Now let's go ahead with our cherries. Let's go ahead and throw them on this thing. And then there's more stuff for them to collect, and there's also a treasure over here. And there's also one of the new features in this game, but I'll talk about it when we get there. But a very big feature nonetheless, where you find a lot of treasure. If I can just... these guys are still the same. If you could throw them on top of them, you win. But I have a hard time aiming for them sometimes. Ooh, no. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna wait for a second. I don't want to do that yet. The giant Bulbors are still pretty similar in this game. You know, no, actually, first, I'm gonna go ahead and make these guys deal with this, and then we'll go ahead and kill the Bulbor, and then we'll bring the treasure back. I just want to have all my Pikmin with me, because the Bulbors are really annoying. Maybe not these particular Bulbors, but there's a lot of species of Bulbors. in this game. Actually, here, why don't you stay here, Olimar? Louie will go ahead. And see, this is what I really like about this game, because, you know, one captain can stay there, keep an eye on the other guys, and then, you know, Louie can keep an eye on these cherries. It's really nice. Oop, and there's another thing up here. This one's a 5er, I believe. Yeah, you'll get that, guys. So that's very nice. They can't carry it, but that's okay once these guys get over here. They'll help you out. And what's also nice is, I don't know if this was in the first game, but if you're near the Pikmin, like, you don't have to be that close to them. They'll just come right back under your command. I'm not sure they did that in the first game. They might have. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, good. They're getting that down. Good, good. Just pluck out these cherries, and that's 10 more Pikmin for us. It's so weird. The Pikmin, when they come out, they kind of look like sperm. It's weird. They have the little tails and everything. But they're just red. Yep, well, they're very hard workers. You called them lazy before, but the Pikmin are hard workers. They just need some true motivation. They just need... The Pikmin are great workers and don't question you. They just kind of need someone to guide them, because otherwise they're not going to know what to do. So yeah, you should probably say sorry to the cherries about calling them lazy. For sleeping in their onion, which is probably warm. It's probably like a nice warm blanket in there. Alright. Then we gotta get that treasure back. Come here, guys. Man, the whistle goes crazy far. Alright. Now, you in the first game, you wanted to, like, make them walk into him. But in this game, it's way better to just throw him on his back. You can take him out a lot easier that way. Nice, more stuff. First, we deal with the treasure. Treasure always comes first. Okay, 35, jeez. Okay, we're gonna carry the Bulbor first, I think, because he should actually give us, more than that thing. Probably not. It will probably be here by the time we come back. Actually, no, the day will automatically end if I'm correct. Well, we only need 10 for the Bulbor, and then 5 for the... this. Yeah, we're good. Okay, good. Okay, this might take a while. Oh, crap. Come here. Just need one. Might just... it's gonna take a while. Come on. Come on. Come on. Actually, you know what? Hold on. This is actually gonna take a minute. Sometimes this kind of happens where there's nothing much to do. That's kind of what happens on the first day. So, hold on. It's gonna save us like a minute or two, so I'll see you guys in just a minute when he gets over there. Okay, I'm back. Usually I won't do that, because, most of the time there'll actually be stuff to do, but that took like a minute. It's actually really slow, because we only have leaves right now. But usually I won't do that, because most of the time I'll be multitasking and going somewhere else. But just for today, just to save a bit of time. Utter scrap. That is nothing but scrap. Alright. Well, now we got quite an army of little cherries here. Yeah, the Bulbors give you quite a good amount of cherries. Look at the detail on them, though. The detail is so great. I mean, GameCube, I don't understand why people... I mean, I don't understand why a lot of people don't like the GameCube. GameCube was amazing. I think it was awesome. I loved the GameCube. You got Pikmin, Luigi's Mansion, Super Smash Bros. Brawl... crap, what other games do you have? Yeah, that doesn't help when I say, what other games did you have on the console that I said I really liked? Oh, for some reason, I can't remember any others. Oh, of course, Chibi Robo! God, I love that game. I mean, I can't think of any others right now, but it's so pretty. Like, look at the snow and the water effects, and hey, what's this? It's a hole! And I think the ship's about to say something kind of creepy. Now, cherries, don't listen to this, okay? This is kind of gross. Ew, warm air is welling. Cherries, don't you dare get any ideas. Okay, now, this is where you get a ton of treasure in these holes. These holes have a plethora. A plethora. Oh yeah, I just love that scene from Amigos. Do I have a plethora? Yes, you have a plethora. Tell me. What is a plethora? Because I want to know the person I'm asking if I know if I have a plethora. The Three Amigos, that's such a great movie. I mean, didn't I already comment on that movie, like, in Xenoblade, like, 2 days ago? I am freaking out. Oh yeah, and the ship's top is removable. Really? Oh, well, I guess it would be warmer underground. I don't know. I mean, that can make sense. All-purpose support pod. You can also use him to escape, but I believe you have to abandon the treasure you find here. I never had to do that, so I don't worry about it. But, now, as you can see, there's enemies here, but your onion's not here. So what that means is you can actually collect the enemies, but you'll get money for it, but very little. So I'm not gonna do that, just because collecting them is kind of, you know, like, blah. But I will show you what it looks like. I do like collecting the bosses just for kind of novelty. It's like, ooh, I collected the boss. It's so funny. There's a lot of products in this game. 7-Up. Quenching Emblem. It's pretty funny how many products there are in this game that you'll probably recognize. Why don't you go help them out? Yeah, why don't you leave those? We don't care about those. Yeah, you get very little money. The bosses give you like 15 coins sometimes. But other than that, it's not really that useful. Yeah, we know how to play the game. Yeah, that's actually really cool about this place. In the caves, you do not actually have to have all your Pikmin follow you. They can be, like, anywhere in this place, and then when you go down deeper into the hole, they'll just be with you. It's really nice. I don't know, people do like animal fur, and people like to eat animals, so it could be considered treasure. Okay, whatever. Alright, well now we just gotta wait for this onion. Come on. This isn't an onion, seriously, Yoham? This is an orange. An orange, Yoham. Do I need to take you back to preschool? Alright, come on. I like all the little leaves. Of course, they're better when they're flowers, but they look cool in their leaves, too. And it's funny, Olimar turns invisible when it's showing the item, but the Pikmin are all huddled around Olimar and Lily. Citrus lump. Delicious. Nothing better than a lump full of citrus. Alright, well there's no treasure here. Okay, no more, I mean. Delve deeper, I would love to. Whoop! Their little feet. Game has been saved. Now, what's really cool is, if you lose too many Pikmin or you mess up, you can always restart from the last, crap, what's the word I'm looking for? From the last floor. And it will start you this floor again. So yeah, it's cool. But also, oh crap. I can't remember. Oh yeah, bosses are pretty much always, there's pretty much always a boss at the, actually, I'm pretty sure there's always a boss at the end of the caves. This one, no, because it's just the first cave, but, you know, it usually is. It's just a globe, bro. Now, how you get to other parts of the, areas in this game is actually by collecting key items, and this is a key item right here. Now, pretty much every key item is in the ground. Usually they'll be dropped by bosses. There's some exceptions where I believe there is one key item that is dropped by a regular enemy, and there is another key item that is actually at the, not actually underground. But those are the very few exceptions. Don't kill any of my Pikmin. Yeah, you can save your little Pikmin if these guys eat them, which is really nice. You can usually do that with most enemies that try and eat them. You can save them. Not always, but if you're fast enough, you can. Ooh, and what are these? I see flowers. I see purple flowers. They're so pretty. Astounding! Yearn. They yearn to be tossed. Yes. Just like the candy pop buds in the first game, these will convert your Pikmin. However, these convert your Pikmin into a very special type of Pikmin that do not have an onion in this game. The only way to get these Pikmin is by throwing them into the candy pop buds of these colors. They're very unique Pikmin. They're very awesome Pikmin. And these Pikmin are the ones I call the vegetable group. Well, actually, the second Pikmin we get, they're not technically a vegetable, the name. It's actually a spice. I actually forgot that what I call them isn't actually a vegetable, it's a spice, but whatever. It's close enough. And here we have the purple Pikmin, who I shall name Eggplant. It's quite stocky, very strong, yes. The purple Pikmin are very amazing Pikmin, especially since you get them so early in the game. These Pikmin are the strongest Pikmin in the game. The reds are no longer the strongest. They still are stronger than the other Pikmin, but they're nowhere near as strong as the purple Pikmin. The purple Pikmin have the strength of 10 Pikmin, so they can carry objects way easier. Only downside is they are a lot slower. Even as flowers, they're still pretty slow. But, like I said, they're a lot stronger. And also what's really cool is when you throw them, they make a thud, which will paralyze, which will daze enemies and stop them from attacking momentarily. And if you have a big army of them, they can't pretty much do anything. And the purple Pikmin are just all around the best battlers of the game. So as you can see, they're, like I said, they are worth 10. But they're very slow, so this item takes quite a bit of time to get there. But thankfully, it's right there, so we'll be okay. And there we go. That's so cool, the Pikmin there. But yeah, purple Pikmin, very awesome, very strong. But again, like I said, I like the silhouettes here. Again, like I said, they do not actually have an onion of their own. So you cannot just go ahead and kill enemies like this on the above world and take them to the onion. They can only be... the only way to get these Pikmin is to turn one of your Pikmin species into them. So you're going to have to do a Pikmin sex change operation from fruit to vegetable. Or the spice. Yeah, the other Pikmin's actually a spice, not a vegetable. I could have named it onion, but we already have things called onion in the game, so it wouldn't make sense. And here we have a shiny object. You know it's a key item when it's shiny. Spherical Atlas. Retrieving data. Why didn't she... Okay, whatever. I like that you can turn around the thing. I didn't mention... You can spin this around. I didn't mention that. New areas tomorrow. Nice. Yeah. After today, we cannot do anything else here. We do not have the necessary Pikmin to go further into this area, unfortunately. So we'll have to come back here a lot later. By then, we'll have all the Pikmin. I love the way the Pikmin turn their heads when they're running. I'm just gonna run ahead because I don't need them to be with me in the group. Which is a really nice feature. Alright. Oh, whoops. And here's the geyser, which is how you can get out. This is the way you get out, and this way lets you keep the treasure. But I believe you can get out with the ship. I don't know how you do it, though. I think you go to the menu and say give up. I'm not 100% sure. I'll check real quick. This makes me wonder, though, would the Pikmin drown if they went in there? Like, they drown in tiny, shallow water, but they don't drown in this geyser. Oh, well. Now, let me see. Yep, give up and escape. Yep, that's how you do it. If you're in that desperate struggle and there's no geysers, then you probably should. But you lose all the treasure, I believe, you collected. But most of the time in the really harder dungeons, they'll start leaving geysers everywhere. And that is the cave complete. That's 100% here. Now, at this point, if you waited here for like 15 minutes, you'd get Luigi's Mansion. This little Luigi's Mansion song, but I believe they took it out from what I've read. So yeah, but you have to wait like 15 minutes, so it's like, whew, that's a whole episode for me. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would like to make more red Pikmin, the ship heel, Scrap Heap, as I'm going to call him, I think, from now on, or Bronzong, actually, your name is going to be Bronzong. Bronzong here just tells us that we're going. Even though he's like, I want to do more work, but he's like, no, you're going home. And I'm like, screw you, ship. Oh, well, we got the purple Pikmin. So that's cool. We got eggplants. Fine. That's true, though. We are on no time limit, so we can take our time. Now, what's really cool about the end theme right here is they actually have other instruments play this end song, which is really cool. They have like flutes played, I believe, and then drums play it, or xylophones play it, trumpets play it, I believe. It's actually really cool kind of hearing this song in different ways. I really like this song, so it's really neat. Blast off! Skyrockets in flight! Olimar and Louis delight! I know, it's Olimar and Louis. It's a Brokeback Mountain, an Olimar and Louis story. Why did my mind go there? That's weird. I remember, like, my stepdad's like, oh, I heard this movie, I want to watch it. I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like, I was like, this is boring! All they do is have sex with each other. This is boring, and there's sheep everywhere. I was so bored. I was like, this is weird. And there's sheep everywhere. Okay, but as you can see, there is now a new area. Now, if you look, this is actually the same map from the first game, just completely different in the trees. So as you can see down there, under the name of the place, it shows you the question marks are the caves, and then the numbers are what the items are there, and then above ground is the treasure that is there. I believe there is more treasure above ground. I don't think it tells us how much treasure there is above ground at the moment. Or if it ever does. But you know what? I'm gonna end the video here. So this has been I'm Gamble. Look at the new items we have. Thanks for watching. See you next time as we continue to play more. Oh crap! I forgot this game. Oh yeah, Pikmin 2 in the next part. Wake up, sleepy Bob. Okay, bye then.